Hello, hello, how are you all? I really hope you're all okay. It's been a tough few weeks for me, not gonna lie. Been laid up with sciatica. It's still awful, but today is the first day we've got a little glimmer of sunshine. First time in it feels like weeks of rain. So I've come out today. I have got hubby with me. He might have to help me put this up because honestly, I'm still struggling. But I'm having a look at these. I've had them for a few weeks and it's been driving me insane that I haven't been able to try them out. So this is a cape shelter, basically, kind of a bit like a lavvu, but made with the amazing Onewind material. So look, that's it. That is it. It weighs like 300 grams. Insane. And then this is the inner to go with it, which turns it into a little shelter. So let's take a look at them. Come on. Honestly, it's only been a few weeks since I've been out filming and I feel like I've forgotten how to do everything. It's a nightmare. Right, so with the shelter, you can either set it up with a ridgeline or with a walking pole. Now, I was going to try the ridgeline first, but as just kind of worked out, actually, until I've set it up with a pole and kind of got a rough idea how high the ridgeline needs to be, that's not going to work. So I'm going to try it with my walking pole first. For old hubby, wherever he stands is in the way. Right, I just wanted to show you. So this is the little stuff sack that the shelter comes in. This is the shelter, and then you do get a little bag with, I think it said 5 pegs in it. Let's have a look. Oh, honestly, I love Onewind pegs. I love them. So look at these beasts. I have never had these pull out of the ground, and look, proper, like decent notches on, and they weigh nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm chuffed because actually on the website it didn't look like it was these pegs, so I'm really chuffed it comes with these. And then you get a piece of, they need to do pink one, don't they? I mean, come on, Onewind, what are you thinking? But yeah, get a it's like a reflective guy line as well, obviously to go on the front of the tent. So right, I'm going to try and move you and let's get this little beast set up. Okay, so I did try to do this on my own, but I soon had to give up and call in reinforcements because bending was killing me. This took so long to set up, and I feel like it should have the Benny Hill music to it. It confused me because it came with 5 pegs and then there were way more peg out points than pegs. So it really, really confused me. But once we kind of got the idea of what shape it was meant to be, we were all good. Okay. I made a right meal of that and then had to call in help because I just can't do all the bending. And it just took a while to work out. So it comes with 5 pegs, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 peg out points really, if you include the guy line at the front. So yes, need a few more pegs ideally. Obviously we have just used some, you see down there, I've just used some sticks for now, but it's quite good looking once you get it up. Yeah. There. So it's basically rectangular in shape. I was getting really confused because there was more peg out points than pegs, which was just addling my little brain. Doesn't take much these days. Yeah. I have got the inner. In a minute, I'll have a play. I think what I'm going to do, while the pole's in it, I'm going to get the ridge line up and put it through the loop on top. And then I can remove the pole as well, because obviously that's going to make getting in and out a lot easier before I try and put the inner in, I think. Looks good though. Right, let's try with the ridge line. Right. Okay. So this setup with the ridgeline isn't really working, and today I can't spend ages trying to mess around with it because my back is just killing me. So I think this would take quite a lot of practice to kind of work out how high your ridgeline needs to be able to hold it up, because if you can, you can probably see it's just kind of gone a bit flat. Let me show you from around here. Look. So it's not really working for me today, and I haven't got the time or the energy in my back to faff around with it for much longer. But it would work. In theory, it would work with the ridgeline as well. It just would need some practice and time and patience and no back pain. But yeah, you kind of get the general idea anyway. Right, I'm going to put the pole back in and try and set the inner up inside it if I can. Okay, so just so you know, the fly sheet of the shelter is made from 3000mm silnylon ripstop material. So it's really waterproof, which is really handy, obviously. And the flooring of the inner is made from 40D nylon material as well. So really, really thick. You can feel it's really durable material. It's got a proper bucket floor on it, which is brilliant. Not entirely sure how it attaches to the shelter. I'm going to have a look at that in a mo. But yeah, this has got no-seam bug mesh on it. Something like 16,000 holes per inch squared or something. So it's meant to keep out every single midge and mosquito and bug imaginable, which is perfect for me, because you'll know I really don't like bugs and slugs and midges, nightmare. But yeah, let's see if we can work out how on earth to put this thing inside the shelter. There, it's in. It looks really good, actually. So the back corners, sorry for any motorbike noises. So basically in each corner there is elasticated loops. So the back ones we've just hooked over the pegs that were at the back corners anyway, and then we've just found some sticks to pull the front ones out. Now obviously there's no front on the shelter. Obvious statement, I know, but just to point it out. So obviously if you knew it was going to be a really wet camp, then this might not be the shelter for you. But I guess all that's left to do now is for me to get in and see if I fit. I'm intrigued to see if it's actually going to be long enough for me to lay down in. So let's see. Right, so it's actually got a zip. Honestly, it's so clever. So there's a zip that goes right down all the way to the back, which is for if you zip two of these shelters together. So clever. I'm going to have to buy another one, aren't I? So that I can show you it all zipped together. So hubby's going to have one, I'll have one. And then it's got a zip that goes all the way up to the top and then all the way along the bottom. And you've even got little roll toggles. Oh, she says, I have to come around this side. Sorry. It's got little toggles here so you can roll the door all the way back and kind of hook it out of the way, which is really handy. Simple, effective tog and loop. I'm so graceful at the minute, honestly. Obviously it's very little. I'm gonna have to take my boots off. Right, see? Moment of truth. And remembering I am 6'1". Ow. Oh my God. Now, bearing in mind now I'm down here, I might not be able to get up, ladies and gentlemen. Ow, I might be stuck here for the foreseeable future, in fact, because my back doesn't like laying down. But now, I think I'm a bit tall for this shelter because I'm not even on a sleep mat. So if you imagine me another few inches off the ground, this is in my face as it is, and my feet are touching the other end. So maybe not for 6'1" people. Oh, mountain life. But the little inner might be handy for hubby. He's not as tall as I am. 5'11". That's what he tells people. He's nodding behind the camera. Yeah, so I think the inner will get used, but maybe not by me. But the shelter, 1,000,000% is going to be used. This is going in my pack as my kind of emergency shelter, so that if the weather suddenly turns, I was to get stuck, I'd have something to kind of get me out of the elements, if you like. Right. Definitely going to have this little shelter in my pack at all times as my emergency shelter. Obviously, you get caught short, you can just whap it over everything you're wearing, your pack, everything. If you stop for lunch or you just need a brew up or whatever and just need to get out of the elements, again, I've always got a walking pole with me, always. I will probably stick a couple of extra pegs in, like I said, so you need one for the front, 2, so 3, 5, 7, you need 8 pegs in total, because otherwise you've got to kind of rely obviously on finding sticks or whatever. Obviously the middle point, pegging out points, just for a quick stop off, pop your shelter up, you wouldn't necessarily need that many pegs, but I'll probably just stick a few extras in anyway. But that's it, I think. I'm not sure what else I can show you. I will show you me wearing it as a cape. It's flipping brilliant. Honestly, I'm so impressed with how well you can actually wear this thing. And it's just completely adjustable around the shoulders, around your face and everything. And all these little toggles clip together, so you can kind of keep it all cinched in. It's great. I'm gutted I don't fit in it, but I was suspicious that I wouldn't, bearing in mind that, because with a triangular shaped shelter, once you've got your pole up in the middle, obviously it goes right down to the ground and you end up losing some space. So someone of my height, not necessarily going to work, but as a little shelter without the inner in, flipping awesome. Absolutely love it. It is actually really wearable as a proper rain cape. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. The only thing is you've got no armholes. But let's face it, right, if you're caught out and it is absolutely peeing down with rain, you put this on, you are completely covered. It's easily big enough for your backpack. Easily big enough for your backpack to go underneath it. You could just hunker down somewhere and wait for the rain to pass. Obviously I might fill up a bit like a parachute at the minute, but if I show you a bit closer, try not to rustle it too much. But so you've got a zip that goes all the way from the bottom up to your neck. You can cinch it right in so it fits around and over your shoulders, and you've got toggles inside to do that. And then if it's really hammering, you can pull these in as well. Amazing. And then somewhere, she says, oh yeah, these ones, these little toggles join together, so you can proper cinch it in and down, and you would be dry as anything inside this. I mean, I think it's rather fetching. Not gonna lie. Could be a bit kinky, wear nothing underneath. Modern day rain mac. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think, like, if you think about a Polish lavvu, they're never particularly wearable and weigh a ton. This weighs nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you're not getting wet inside this. Not unless you want to. Man, I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, look, on cue, the sun comes out. Amazing. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this little look at the Onewind cape shelter. Honestly, it's, as a shelter, brilliant, just to get out of the elements when you're out for a hike or whatever. And yes, to wear as a cape in bad weather, but obviously, sadly, with the inner, Not made for people who are 6'1". I would suggest you'd have to be honest, a fair bit shorter to be able to use it as an actual shelter that you can sleep in. But I love it as a little shelter. It's awesome, which is what it's for at the end of the day, isn't it? Thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry if the video seems a little bit botched together, but I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. I'm off to take some painkillers, and I'll see you all again soon, guys. Take care. Bye. I might edit this out. Big enough for 2 of you to sit under it, obviously. Pole in my face. God, I love these class reviews of mine, honestly. Where can I sit? That's fair. Honestly, what a faff putting this video together. It doesn't help when I can't move properly.